Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome in. My name is Bradley, also known as the Swim Coach. And today we're going to have a look at Game Week 24 and looking for Game Week 25 and 26. So I always try to look 2, 3 weeks in advance as well. You can try and keep the same players, and then you can build up those transfers so you don't have to waste them every single week. And then when it comes to parts where you take a bit of a more transfers can happen. And for example, if you got like, say, I'm going to go for an Arsenal player here, someone like Saka, whose form's down right now, around 2.5 points, um, at 10 million. Could you then switch it out for Rice at 7.4 at 60 at 6 points? But there are almost double the amount of people that have got Rice in their team. So is that a good option? Yes or no? So let's have a little chat. I'm going to start off with the Arsenal chat. So as you can see down at the bottom of the screen, Saka is at 10 million, 16.3. But he does have 101 points. Now, if you go to the next best Arsenal midfielder, it is Rice. And would it be a good change? Yes. You're saving yourself 2.6 million. But that 2.6 million could go on somewhere else. And that's where I think people got to look out for. If we go, say, someone like Manchester United or Man City, we'll go actually. We'll go Man City first. We'll go Man City first. Now, at the moment, their most expensive player is Erling Haaland, even up there on my list. He's at 2.6 points. So at the moment, if you had that and you had him as your captain, your averaging it is like 5.2 right now. Where okay, there's not many forwards for Man City, but if you did convert that into two Man City players, okay, where you could save yourselves a lot. And I'm going to go right now, okay, Mendes and Simeo. Well, you've got what is it? £13.2 million for those just two players. Now, if you add up those points together, you're over 235 points. Now, those two players are much better than Erling Haaland. So, would it be better to have those two players in your team over Haaland? Right now, yes, because of and this has only got 3.3% of people, and Simeo's got 48. So you are going to gain a lot. And I think now with Simeo in the Man City team, I'm going to say this. I actually, for me personally, I don't know how I'm going to say this. I actually prefer Simeo over Haaland right now, which is very weird. Also, say for Haaland, you could go someone like Donnarumma, Gahey, and Simeo, and you still gain, you not gain, but you're getting three players for about 20 odd million. 23, I think it is. So you're getting an extra two players for an extra what, 7 million. So that could be a good approach. Or is it about 18 million? No, 20. So there's 5 million difference. 5 million. There's not that much difference. And I think that that's what people starting to, I think, got to do now. Especially how Simeo's getting on. I think he's starting to push through. Now, if you go somewhere like Manchester United, for example, okay, take Doku out because he's got that mark on it. I don't like talking roughly anyone that's got an injury. Now, for me, Okay, Cunha is up there. He's a good shout to have. Bruno Fernandes is a good shout, but form-wise right now, they're both similar. So do you want that? And I will say this now: all of Manchester United, okay, midfielders are starting to work really well. I think everything's just suddenly just clicked. The new manager's come in. I think he understands that role a little bit. I think that's where he's probably focused on. And I think he's gone, okay, I'm not going to focus on my defense. I'm going to focus on my midfielders and push through there because I think that's my weakness right now. And I think that is what he's trying to work on. Get that midfielder sorted out so you can get the attacking business done. And if they need to come back to defend, they can come back and defend. But for me right now, does Cunha play more and more? I think he does. But if you look, the last 2 games, well, 3 games since Carragher's Day, there's not much points wise he's done. But in the 19 minutes against Man City, he got an assist. 21 minutes, he scored a goal against Arsenal. But I think you're going to get some stuff out of Cunha. And I think points wise, he's going to get very good. So for me, I would literally have those 4 midfielders. I know you can't have 4, but I would have 2 out the 4 in my team. For me personally, this time I would say yes, go for the 2 most informed players, Cunha and Bruno Fernandes. They're the ones I would say to go for more. So you can't really switch and match for Manchester United. They're just starting to gel a little bit more. Cunha, yes, he hasn't got that much points compared to others, but if he carries this way, I think he will. And also Casemiro, only 1.3% of people got him, and he's quite cheap at 5 million. Okay. And again, his minutes are going to be playing there. So he doesn't get assists, he doesn't get goals, but it's more that defensive contribution as such. Not good points in the last 2 games, mind you, but when he has to defend, he does get his points. So that's what I'll look out for him. Liverpool, they've suddenly started having a little bit of a push through right now. Now, value wise, there's not much difference between Verts and Schlobai, but Verts has suddenly got the ball rolling. Everything's working for him, but Schlobai at 0.6 is more of a better option at this present moment, I would say. And 5.9, but the minutes are there for him. And that's what I would say. The minutes are there. Birch's minutes have been there. There's some ways he's been substituted. When he's played these 90 minutes, he gets his points. But in the recent times, he's gone poor points, very good, or should we say very good, poor, very good, poor, very good. So on that mind, this game week against Newcastle may be up there for a good one. You never know. But I always like to see anything around 5 points on form. Now, if you go to just all goalkeepers, the top form is Sells, which is quite surprising. And value is actually 1 million cheaper than Pickford. And you're going to gain a lot of people. So for me, at the moment, Sells is a good option. Fixture-wise, reasonable fixtures coming up. Some tricky ones, but still. Defenders, the top form defenders right now, okay. Doku, as we said earlier. Collins, good option, but I don't like the fixtures in the next 3 games. Away to Villa, away to Newcastle, home to Arsenal, okay, home to Brentford. Sorry, Brentford. He's a Brentford player. Home to Brighton and away to Burnley. There's some fixtures that I would cause a bit problem for Brentford and defenders. Romero, well, I don't like that for okay. It, Man City not doing well in recent times in England, but it's Spurs at home, and Spurs don't really do well at home. Then you got an away match against Manchester United. You got a home match against Newcastle, can be better. Then you got the North London derby, which is even going to be even harder. And I think, okay, yes, you are going to be defending quite a lot. But I think also in this case, he will probably get a few bookings in these next few games. So I would say avoid him, but he may get those defensive contributions back into you. I can never pronounce this name, so I'm not going to. A game like Spurs, Newcastle got some interesting fixtures. Away at Liverpool. Oh, sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Um, he's got uh, Liverpool, Brentford at home, Spurs away, Man City away. So again, got some tricky fixtures coming up, I would say. And I think, is that a good idea? No. Gabriel, as you can see, fixtures are reasonable. Um, some tricky ones on game 27, 28 with Spurs and Chelsea. But as you can see, game week 25, for the next game week, okay, you've got a home game. So you've got a London game. You've got a away game at Brentford, London. You've got a away game at Spurs, London. You've got a home game against Chelsea. Okay. And then after that, you've got a short trip down to the South Coast against Brighton. So in the next 5 game weeks, 4 of those games are in London. There's not much traveling to do. Okay, yes, you're going to have the FA Cup game in there as well, but I believe also Arsenal are at home. Let me just double check that. Got Arsenal at home. I should know my fixtures. Yeah, home to Wigan on the 15th. Um, so again, they've not got much travel to do. So between that Brentford and Spurs game, there's an FA Cup game against Wigan, and we're at home. So I can't see anything going wrong there. And there's not much traveling. So they're going to be staying in the probably same hotel. They're going to get used to it. It's more comfort. So it's something they're used to. So it's not that big of a difference. So Arsenal players, I think, is a good option right now. But there are some tricky sides. Um, Now, this is a good one. Good player coming in, and I think he's just suddenly got everything rolling. And I think form wise, okay, he didn't play game week 22, but he did play in the other games, and he's got good form there. Would you have him? I would say potentially yes. But is he going to gain you loads of points on other people? Yes. So that's another option, and he's a form player. Um, Enzo, again, fixture wise, I can't. Home to West Ham, away to Wolves, home to um, Leeds, home to Burnley. Okay, away to Arsenal. But that is some good options. Gibbs White, form wise, interesting fixtures coming up, but we'll see about those. Um, at Arison, I get it wrong. I do apologise. Uh, got some tricky fixtures for Leeds, and I think that could be hard. Um, but their two main big games are at home. That could be a good help for them. But again, form wise, 6.2, but percentage wise, you're gaining loads of points, and that's what you got to look at. For example, another person I would look at for is Somerville, starting to do well, but again, West Ham's fixtures are a bit tricky as such. So I think pay attention to those fixtures, and then forwards. Thiago, we've already talked about Brentford, but 7 point average and points wise doing really well. Barry's up there as well, and only 1.1%. He's one of the players that was on my radar, fell off, and has now come back onto it. I think it was more game. Yes, I think it was like around the Nottingham Forest game where I think he scored. I was like, oh, that's a nice player. And then he picked it up, and then I was like, okay, let's see what he does against Wolves, and he only got 2 points. And I was like, okay, I'm not going to put him on my team. And then suddenly, boom, he's starting to go. Because he was one of the players that I was going to look for Danny Welbeck to switch around. Both teams are playing each other this weekend. We'll find out how that goes. Also, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for this video. Also, I will be doing a live stream at 12 o'clock UK time, because the deadline is at 1:30. Okay, so I will be doing a live stream with my team reveal, talking about the reasons why. You guys out there coming in, talking as well. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. So have a lovely time and good luck for game week 24. Goodbye from now.